Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the John Madejski Academy, where we have some NBL Division 1 action this evening. It's the home team, Reading Rockets, hosting the Worthing Thunder. We are set for a 6 p.m. tip-off time. There's going to be a moment of silence for Remembrance Weekend. I am joined by my esteemed co-host, Mr. Matthew Johnson, of the John Madejski Academy, Director of Basketball.
Good evening, Mark, and good evening, everybody, from JMA, as we call it. And we will be shortly coming to you live at 6 minutes and 47 seconds before tip-off, Mark.
Yeah, so we are in, as everyone always starts broadcasts these days, in exceptional times. It's certainly been an odd week for the Reading Rockets. I think they were prepared to play Nottingham Trent Thursday, and then that, because of current COVID issues, was delayed, changed. Worthing have stepped in for a Saturday evening game. How's it been, Matt, to be around the camp with kind of this sort of prep time?
Yeah, honestly, amazing. Nottingham Hoods couldn't make the game, and we're going to hear a bit more about this across the leagues and across the world, I think. But you know what's incredible is we've got basketball going on, Mark, and we're very, very fortunate, because I think we're looking at 99% of people that would be loved to play aren't playing. So let's hope we can just give a bit of entertainment, that they enjoy themselves, that we remember that this game is there and it's going to be great for everyone. But it is an incredible feat to get games on at the moment. The procedures that clubs are going through, and led here by Ben Fisher, but all the other COVID officers around the league are doing an incredible job in one-way systems, in masks, in hand sanitizers, the team managers. It is just something I've never seen before. So, you know, Mark, it's brilliant to be sat next to you. Your first evening out for 8 months, isn't it?
There's something along those lines. I've not been out very much. I've been primary child carer for my family. My wife is a key worker, so she's out on the front lines. So, yeah, it's been a bit of an exceptional time. But as you say, we are here, we're live. We've got great NBL Division 1 action ahead of ourselves, and what a game we've got lined up for a first one here at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to have Division 1 in JMA, to be here where the academy home is just fantastic. And to have Worthing, who we've had some tremendous battles against over the last 20 odd years, I guess it is something that we always look forward to. So you're not just saying this is a game, our first league game, but this is a Worthing Reading game as well. They always have a little bit more spike to them, and great to see, you know, Cam Hildreth on a tear at the moment. So this is going to be one, I think this is going to be one to look out for.
Yeah, so start us off then with Worthing, because I mean they were tough last year with the trio of Hildreth, Awumi and Zaire Taylor.
Yeah.
Of course, then Tom Ward adding kind of valuable minutes, but not a lot deeper than that. Now this year they've added a few pieces and look really competitive.
Yeah, I mean, Crawford comes in and gives them some real size, which I think they lacked last year, which made them a completely different team to play against. But with Hildreth, and they've also brought in Max Richardson, as you'll know from your many years ago in your playing days, Mark. And Max being one heck of a pickup for these guys who can pretty much do it all. And Tom Ward has been, you know, the evergreen Tom Ward, and then Ishmael Fontaine, and they're getting a lot better across the board. Worthing have a you know what you're going to get with them, but they're also doing one heck of a job. We're just going to pause here, I think, Mark, aren't we?
Absolutely. I think we're just getting ready for our minute's silence, so we will kill our mics for just a minute, and we will be on the other side in 1 minute. Good minute observed by both teams there.
Yeah, and Mark, just throw in there Tim Brown and Ian Lester. I think that's Del Perkins as well. Two of the three officials very, very heavily involved in our armed services as well. So fitting and respectful that was, and always an incredible moment for all of us to just remind ourselves of other people's gifts to us, of why we can still be here in these times.
Absolutely. So you've touched on the Worthing Thunder roster. The Reading Rockets, obviously a much changed roster again. A few faces, but generally new.
Yep.
Who should fans be looking out for if they haven't seen the team play this year yet?
Listen, we played Thames Valley a couple of weeks ago, last week actually, and what's really good to report is we've had about 7 different guys that have played, and some of that due to injury, some of that due to just fitness, some of that just due to that's the way it goes. So O'Shawn has been, a really tough cover for any team because he's so small, so quick, athletic, can shoot the three, and really composed. He's had a really good start to the season. The big guys, Leome's doing a really nice job inside, and the younger guys have really come there. Jacob Satautus and Kavuvu and Lewis Jankulu from the Canadian. So those guys have really set a scene which perhaps we haven't had before. Then you bring into that the excitement of Ben Dixon, who played outstandingly well against Thames Valley, and Lewis as well, and Reece Pinnock. Those guys on the perimeter are an absolute handful running at you now. So this will be the first time, I believe, that the whole group has got together for the first time that 12 of them have put the same shirt on, Mark. And a nice new shirt it is too, I know you're going to say.
It's a very nice shirt. Yeah, but both good jerseys this evening. Worthing were in their pink cancer awareness jerseys,
yeah,
which I believe they are auctioning off after this game. So if there are Worthing Thunder fans on the live stream, be aware that they will be auctioning off these jerseys, I think.
Yeah, great.
And then, of course, Rockets in their new look jerseys that have just kind of gone live on social media today, and they're looking pretty good. I forget who was part of the design team. It's not you, is it?
Not me. You can tell it's definitely not me. Ben Dixon. So Ben Dixon's got a big year this year. Not only is he captain of the team, but he's also chief designer. That is actually what he's done in his other real life.
Oh.
So yeah, having Dixon on board and taking a lot of influences out there, and a lot of things that were respectful to the club as well. And my dad, as a lifetime chairman, was very influential in saying the things that he really wanted to make sure were kept in the spirit of the Rockets logo. And I think that's exactly what Ben's done. So yeah, it's great to see, isn't it? It's great to see when we have new teams, new kits, new seasons, however strange they are. But we're really proud of our D1 men, D1 women, and their journeys that they're on, and they're very, very different. But here we go, the 3 seconds to go before tip-off.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Let's see who starters are for the Rockets then. It's O'Shawn Williams, Sam Tolawese, Sam Grant, that's Lewis Jankulu, and Latrell Maitland in 7.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Just checking that I can see with my shoddy eyes from up here.
Yes, you can.
Which is good. So the youngster getting a start tonight. That's good to see from Alan Keane. Just seeing who's coming up with the Worthing guys. Tom Ward, Cam Hildreth, Ishmael Fontaine, Max Richardson, and Howard Crawford, I think that is.
Yep, absolutely. Good eyes there, Mark.
So those are our starters tonight. I mean, like I said, with kind of short build-up into this one, this is a pretty mouth-watering tie. There's a lot of talent on the floor, and this is going to be a good game.
Yeah, and I think the beauty of it is neither team's had any time to prepare, Mark. I think Thursday evening was the time that the game was considered this is the one that's going to happen. It's an NBL Division 1 clash, and both teams. So the coaches have maybe had 48 hours to get film clips together, to get the processes that they need to get in place. And, as well as they know each other, it's still coaches would want a little bit more time than that normally. They'd want to have a little bit more time together and time on the floor to work out systems and defences and everything else. But this might be a little bit more raw.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope it's not too raw and it's watchable. But yeah, I think it should be a good one. Sam Grant and Crawford to do the tip this evening.
Yeah, and worth saying as well, Mark, that this player's taking the knee. Very well respected, as usual, from both teams. And good to see, and just as you were saying, Mark, Sam Grant, last 2 games he's had, Thames Valley Cavaliers at home, put the ball on the floor really well. When we last away against Thames Valley, shot the ball really well. So it'll be interesting to see how these youngsters continue to develop.
Here we go then. Worthing control the first tip with Ward now in the hands of Hildreth, guarded by Latrell Maitland. They'll go high screen and roll with Richardson. He pops for a wide open 3. Off the mark, and Rockets will clear with Tolowazy, but he steps on the line out of bounds.
Interesting cover as well. Latrell Maitland given the Cam Hildreth sign up.
Love that. Challenging the young guy, challenging the youngsters. Just waiting a second here. This is...
Shot clock at 14.
Just resetting the shot clock. Inbound for Worthing. They'll find Crawford on that baseline. Takes one dribble at Sam Grant, puts it up. Good defense by Grant, and it's Rockets out and running with O'Shawn Williams.
Yeah, straight into Gianculu. Goes against Hildreth. Kicks it out. An extra pass. Tolowazy for 3.
And it's good from Sam Tolowazy. Nice extra pass in the corner from Maitland.
Yeah, great post pass as well, Mark. Lewis Gianculu, great post pass. Gets the post up. Could have thrown it. Could have gone over his shoulder, but doesn't. Little to big screen.
And here's Crawford against Gianculu. A lot of contact, nothing called. Tapped away by Gianculu, but picked up by Richardson, who goes cross-court to Fontaine. And he's off the mark.
And what do you call that, Mark? What do you call that?
I've no idea.
We've got no idea.
Nobody knows, really.
Ball stuck in rim.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. So the tempo stays high. O'Shawn Williams with it for Rockets. He will go to Sam Grant on the little pop from the down screen.
Nice pass.
Nice inside. Tolowazy uses his body well. Gets up and he's fouled by Crawford.
Mark, I don't think there's a player that I've seen that plays above his height more than Tolowazy.
We did have this interesting discussion of the guard forward, point forward.
Absolutely.
He's the embodiment of it. He posts up really, really well for a guard.
Yeah.
It's Tolowazy with his first visit to the line. It's the first foul for Worthing. It's on Crawford. And Tolowazy, one of these summer pickups for Rockets, a nice kind of mix of strength inside, can play the wing, does a lot of stuff. So be good to see where he fits into Alan Keane's thoughts going forward as he misses the first and makes the second. Rockets with a 4-0 lead and with a bit of full court pressure. It's Maitland on Hildreth, and this is the matchup that many people are enjoying to see as Hildreth goes to the crossover, gets inside, puts it up, he's fouled. And I always say this about Cam Hildreth, is that he is very, very good after contact at getting the ball on the rim.
Yeah, he's really learnt over the years as well to use his body in close situations. Keeps the guy on his body.
Makes his first. Oh, he's waved off by...
Stepping on the line, Mark. I haven't seen that called.
To be fair, I think Hildreth thought it was off, and he was already leaning forward and certainly was venturing over the line. One of those that you could probably turn a blind eye to.
Yeah.
So the first one waved off, makes the second. And it's Rockets 4-1 lead. O'Shawn Williams. They're looking to go inside again to Tolowazy. They will find
interesting Tolowazy with the handoff. Nice out. Nice.
Sam Grant with a follow.
Yeah, Sam had 3 of those, Mark, in the game. The friendly game against Thames Valley Cavaliers. Because in this group he can play as the 4 and he can play him as the 3.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing more of him in this game.
Yeah, this is interesting. Tolowazy, probably one of the best defenders.
Here's Crawford on Gianculu again.
Good matchup, this one. Really good matchup. Oh,
can't get it to go, and it's Richardson hammered underneath the rim. And I remember us saying in the lead up to this, and I spoke about Max Richardson, is that I found him, when coaching against him, to be that kind of annoying player that seems to be in good positions, has good touch around the rim, and you see him there getting fouled, and he's put it straight up. But he will go to the line for 2. Misses his first.
Yeah, Max, remember, spent a lot of time in Loughborough as well. 3 or 4 years up there. Had a really good career there under Mark Jerram. Yeah,
great British product is Max Richardson, but he misses a pair of free throws. And Rockets again into the front court, looking clearly to establish a bit of an inside presence.
Yeah, switch now, the guard to big switch of O'Shawn.
Looking a little bit scrappy, is a bit under 10-second shot clock here. They'll go screen and roll. O'Shawn going at Tom Ward, gets an extra step, flips it up, nothing doing, and here's Hildreth on the run. Good foul there by Maitland, stopping the break. Bit disjointed on the offensive end there for Rockets, still trying to establish that inside presence.
Yeah, that is Latrell's second foul as well. Good one to use, that one, but that is his second one. So interesting to see what Alan does here, because I think we're going to see Dixon, and I would imagine we'll see more. Well, I imagine we'll see more Ben Dixon, and maybe Reese taking this matchup against Cam.
And here's Maitland on the swing to Tolawase, inside to Sam Grant. They'll pitch out. Sam inside now.
Yeah, and again, that's the. There's two in a row there that have come off the.
And here's Fontaine front rim this one.
Absolutely.
This will stay with Worthing off the hands of Sam Tolawase.
Yeah.
So early on, quite an interesting battle as it is so far, Matt.
Yeah, we said it might be a bit scrappy, didn't we? We said, you know, no teams have much time to prepare.
Richardson just blows by Sam Grant, and that's actually quite an interesting matchup again. They're both kind of rangy, 3-4s. A really good guy for Sam to look at actually as a youngster coming through. Mac's very good off the pivot, good work with his feet, just gets a little bit of room and gets Sam off balance and into recovery and gets him to foul him.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good. I think it's a little bit of maturity there that you can see from Max Richardson that he's developed over the years. Just a little head fake, get Sam up in the air, get him off balance, and attack him when when his knees are up. So good one for Sam to watch that.
Definitely. So now we're just over 6 minutes in the quarter. Rockets lead by 1, 4-3.
O'Shawn was wide open.
Good ball movement, and it's Latrell Maitland for 3. Nice from the youngster, getting a start tonight and getting the job of guarding the man of the moment, Cam Hildreth.
Yeah, this is what I want to see though, Mark. I want to see 4 other guys being more aware.
Really good defense by Maitland. Gives himself a clap. Good job by Latrell that time. This is O'Shawn Williams bringing it into the front court for the Rockets offense. He'll find Sam Grant with a little handoff.
Yeah, going down to that diamond entry now where...
Stagger on one side, downstream on the other.
Down.
Maitland goes by Hildreth, but he steps out of bounds. Seems to be holding his hip from an earlier possession. Latrell, don't know if he's carrying a bit of a niggle or if it was a knock from earlier.
This will be interesting now on these coverages when it's Richardson setting the ball screen.
There we go again. Richardson on the baseline misses.
Possibly the 2 most dangerous guys on the floor will be Richardson and Hildreth for Worthing. So when they're in ball screens together, it's tough coverage. Coach Keane and the guys are going to work that out. You can see Richardson, why he's averaged nigh on 20 a game in the last 3 games. Cam's number's even higher than that.
Yep. So Latrell it looks like he's going for some treatment there. Did say it looked like a bit of a knock, and this is Reese Pinnock in the game for him, the former Loughborough guard.
Yeah.
Tough call down here on the baseline. To me, looked like he played him pretty well for most of the way. Yeah,
I think the body distance is going to be a real key when you're guarding a bigger guard like Cam, because you've got to go into his space and you've got to come back out again. And if you get caught too close, he's got such a long first step and uses his dribble. Uses his dribble really, really well, so he can push the ball past smaller guards. So it's going to be interesting to see if some of these guys are perimeter defense are making adjustments throughout this game.
Struggling at the line so far. He's missed at least a couple. His own follow puts it back, but he can't move past the line until that hits the rim. So That one's waved off.
Yeah, and two incredible free throw calls. Spoiled the dunk.
I mean, the dunk was nice. I'm enjoying this already. So here's Pinnock. Just in the game for Maitland. It's O'Shawn on the down screen. He'll go a little pump fake, pull up three.
That's a good shot for him as well. Tolaway's going to have to run to get that.
Hildreth just leads Richardson away with the pass. Go on, Matt, what you saying?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, interesting that Rocket's offense is pretty much, other than two poor shots, they're getting a pretty good shot down on every time. They've established some inside stuff with
Tolaway.
Kulu with a little touch. Great pass, Tolaway.
Nice set there from Rockets. Again, out that diamond shape, just a different variation of it that time.
Interesting what we'll see here on the high pick and roll. Ward coming off it. Much better defensive commitment. They're going to space Ishmael now. The post up. We'll have to see what happens here. Good pass.
And it's Crawford.
Finished by Crawford.
The right-handed hammer.
Yeah.
Great assist from Max Richardson. They got the mismatch with Pinnock and takes advantage.
Yeah, a difficult mark because Worthing have only got one foul. Splash for Sam Grant.
Great to see Sam Grant fires a three. Timeout Worthing Thunder. Sam early on struggled a bit in the Lynch Trophy. You know, wasn't shy of pulling up, but in recent weeks, really, he's been putting it together, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, first game of the Lynch, I think he found it tough. Second one, I think he went 5 for 7 from 3 and ended up with 20 or 18 or 20 and played really, really well. And then, to be honest, each game he's come up. You can just see that players haven't played for 8 months. Mark. So, you know, they're finding their feet as well and their rhythm. They're finding their touch. They're finding their system as well with each other. And that's the same for both teams. So, you know, it's great to see. I think Sam put together one of the best games he's had, not necessarily in points, but against Thames Valley in the friendly. Put it on the floor, ran as a 3, played as a 4, shot the ball reasonably well, but got more free throws, offensive rebounds. And for someone who's 6'8" with such long range, then he's going to be a really, really interesting prospect in this team in this year.
Absolutely. So first time out of the first quarter is 4:15 to go. Rockets lead this one 12-5. A little bit scrappy in the first few minutes, but really picked up here in the last couple.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good game. I'm telling you, I've been feeling it all week. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah. Taylor comes back in now. So Taylor in for Tom Ward. Tom Ward has been torching teams for must be 15 years. Mate, it feels like 50.
Yeah, one of the nicest strokes you will see in the league.
Absolutely, and you know, shooters shoot, and that's you know, what a great team to be brought up in for Hildreth.
Yep.
You know, when you got someone who's with his mentality as well.
So Leon Francis also in the game.
Yeah.
Lewis Diankulu's checked out. And here's
it's interesting now, the one-on-one with Crawford against Leon. I mean, I think Leon will fancy the challenge here. Good rebound by Sam.
Don't think Leon's going to be worried by a physical battle.
No, as you say, he eats weights.
Yeah.
This is that side of O'Shawn there, Mark. I'm not sure if you've seen that enough this season, but he is jet quick and incredibly athletic to finish at the rim.
Just a lovely change of speed. A great move by Max Richardson, who gets himself inside, spins, and gets the turn on Sam Grant.
Yeah.
Again, great timing from O'Shawn Williams. He goes down the lane. Beautiful change of speed. That's Hildreth crowded out by a combination of Leon Francis and Reece Pinnock on the break.
Lots of early ball screens.
And O'Shawn Williams is getting it going here at the end of the first quarter.
Watch out for Cam. Offense is coming.
Do we get a reply from Cam Hildreth?
I think we're going to.
He's long on the 3, and that will give some buoyancy to O'Shawn Williams, who's hit the last 3 of his shots for Rockets. Again, great timing, gets inside. This one's just front rimmed, and it's Ishmael Fontaine who clears to Zaire Taylor, bringing it into the front court for the Worthing Thunder. Here we'll go pick and roll high with Crawford, who gets a step. Sam Grant comes across, nice help. Faked by Fontaine, pulls up and makes it.
Yeah, Mark, I'm just going to say, for this Worthing team to be in it at the in the end of the season, whatever that looks like, Ishmael's going to knock those down. If he's knocking those down, because teams are going to help off him. They're going to have to. They have to pick their poison. So when Ish is making those, things are going to be tough for...
Pinnock will turn the corner,
nice
goes inside
move,
to Leon Francis, who just loses it. And it's Sam Grant who fouls Hildreth in the backcourt, stopping the break. Rockets lead this one 19-10. Another good look. Nice guard play again, this time from Reece Pinnock, who finds Leon Francis, but he loses the handle on the layup.
Sam's second foul there, Mark, as well. So this is one of the things that is really difficult when you're playing Worthing. They really don't foul much. And in comes Dixon as well.
Dominic Ives in as well for
Dominic Ives,
Worthing.
So this is where Rockets go with Chuck as a small 4 and Leoma as 5. So interesting to see how we respond defensively. 2 shots to come for Thunder.
So Rockets in the penalty.
Yep.
Pair of fouls on the trail. Maitland, a pair of fouls on Sam Grant.
Yeah, this will be a really interesting time, this, Mark. I'll pause when Cam's shooting here because we are a bit close. But in essence now, with this group on the floor, this is a really quick group for Rockets.
Hill just struggles at the line end, and he makes a pair. And it's
there you go.
Pinnock goes past Hildreth, who does indeed get the ball. A bit of body in there as well.
Yeah.
This guard set, like I said, Matt, it's going to be a bit of small ball from the Rockets.
Yeah, and we've seen Cam's played 8 minutes and as his first foul, and I think other teams are going to have to start looking at ways they can make him play both ends of the floor and force him into mistakes. Reversal now. Chuck sets the screen. Dixon, look at that.
Nice inside.
Yeah, Mark, I've got to tell you, against Thames Valley, it was the best Dixon I've seen in a year and a bit, and it's great to see, absolutely great to see. Spent some time back home with family and got himself in great shape. Tough one here. Ives for 3.
And that is nothing but the bottom of the net from Dominic Ives.
Yeah, and action and reaction, right? Action and reaction. Both coaches.
This is Pinnock on Richardson. Gets inside. Will kick to
O'Shawn Williams. Wide open as well. Wide open.
Another 3 from O'Shawn Williams, who is lighting it up in this first quarter.
Remember, Mark, that O'Shawn at Appalachian State once went and made 10 threes in an NCAA D1 game, all right? So
tough matchup again. It's Taylor versus Pinnock, but it's Ives who makes his last one. Hildreth on the rebound though, keeps it alive. Hildreth plagued by 2
good
Rockets
defense.
defenders. Nice help inside, and Rockets are out and running here.
And this is what I was saying now. Pinnock and 1 could make it, just rolls out and misses. And Mark, this is the new look Rockets that I think we're going to really get accustomed to seeing, where the ball goes off the rim. Liam is capable of putting on the floor, 1 dribble, kicks it out, and you've got Reece, O'Shawn and Dixon that are flying down the floor at you, And I really like the addition as well of Chuck Duru. He's real calm, makes the mid-range and knows he can screen. He's got all the things that he needs, a real vet, but really unselfish and fitting this team really well.
Tom Ward back in the game for Worthing. Ishmael Fontaine takes a seat. Pinnock way off on his first one. Any doors open in here? Must be a bit breezy, maybe. Check the wind.
Yeah.
Sadly not.
And missed the second one as well.
Ives clears to Taylor, and Zaire Taylor will bring it into the front court for Worthing. He's matched up with Pinnock.
Yeah.
He rejects the screen and roll, goes inside. Nice scoop from Zaire Taylor, but nothing doing.
Just Zaire playing in gear number 2 and can just hop round people and into the last 15 seconds. Mark, what do you think? What do you think Rockets are going to look for here?
Probably something off the bounce with O'Shawn. Got a good matchup with Tom Ward.
Yeah. 7 seconds. They've switched to O'Shawn, who puts up the 3. Dixon on the rebound. 2, 1. And, you know, it wouldn't have surprised me if Cam made that. Would not have surprised me. The season, the
close.
year and a half he's had, doing incredibly well, this young man, and looks like everything he puts up goes in.
It got very, very close. What a great first quarter here. It's the Rockets leading this one 24-15 over the Worthing Thunder. COVID officer Ben Fisher just changing out balls, making sure we're as safe as we possibly can be. Great job by the team here at Reading.
Yeah, no, you know, I think I'll be looking at 15 points for Worthing, and they're not going to score 15 in every quarter, Mark. I think they've had. You think about the number of shots that they've had that are open that have probably just not gone in. That's they're still creating offense. So Coach Stanley will not be too worried about the offensive side of it. I think he'll look at the 24 for the Rockets and think, well, are they a team that should score 100? Well, they could do now. Legitimately, this group could do. And you've now seen, I think, 8 guys in the first quarter getting decent minutes. So everyone getting a run out. It's not the time of the year for people to be sitting on the bench for the whole game, because coaches have got to see who's in shape, who can make stuff happen. And with so many games coming so quickly, it's going to be, not quite the Premier League, but it's going to be there's going to be some balancing and some great work by the coaches and the physios.
If you're Coach Keane at the end of this one, what's he saying? Is he pleased with the guys' first quarter, first kind of 10 minutes?
I think he was pleased. There was this time in 1987 where he was pleased. I think
was it his birthday?
Mark, I don't think coaches are ever pleased, are they? I think they're content. They get to a version of contented, and then that's about it. I think. Why would you be pleased? The other team's still looking competitive. If you don't see the scoreboard and you're just watching the game, this is a close game. 9 points when you're playing Worthing is 2.5 possessions, really. So I think he'll be asking questions about defensive stuff, especially with fouling so early. And Cam's drawn a number of fouls, and Worthing have missed about 4 shots around the rim. So 2 of those go in, and this is a 5-point game, and we're not having that conversation.
So back on the floor then.
Same fives.
Daru, Francis, Dixon, Williams and Pinnock for Reading. It's Taylor, Ives, Richardson, Hildreth, and who's right below me, Tom Ward.
So here's that little high post horn set that they wanted to run Cam off. And they've got the down screen for him, covered by Reece Pinnock really well. Shown to Tom Ward, who's good show. Yeah, nice offense from Worthing. Ends up from the 4 high set with Richardson to Taylor underneath, and that was a tough matchup for a minute there.
Pinnock
good
on the
pass.
drive.
Chuck for a wide open 3, and he knocks it down.
Great.
This is Dixon now picks up the coverage, and this is where I think Cam is so difficult to guard. He does that so well now, Mark. Francis misses it. Yeah, that's disappointing.
And a great outlet pass, and Cam Hildreth throws down the 2-hander.
Yeah, and that's a second layup that Francis has missed, like right at the rim as well. Broken the defense, done everything right. He's got to knock those down. That's stagger for O'Shawn again. Gets to Duru. Interesting, nice inside pass to Dixon on the cut. Good pick up there. Reece Pinnock picking up Cam full court, makes Aya come down and pull a 30-footer from what it looked like. And you know what? I never thought it was missing.
I don't think the pulse of this game's going to come down anytime soon. This is Pinnock controlling for Rockets.
Yeah.
He'll get a wide open look. Goes to Duru.
Chuck's going to shoot a second one. Not such a good shot. And defensive transition. Again on a missed shot. Coach will be looking at that one when he starts looking at the breakdown. So we've now got Francis against Ives in the block. Pinnock, wide open 3, looked good.
Duru can't pull it in for Rockets, and as it just slows down a little, it's 29-21. Rockets leading this one 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for joining us on the live stream. Over 300 people watching currently, which is wonderful numbers. So Keep adding your comments. I'm just picking up as I go. There's too many to get through at the minute, but thanks everybody for joining. This is Hildreth, turns the corner with Richardson, decides to go crossover. Daru guards him. Cam goes up and under, but can't make this one go. O'Shawn Williams with the ball for Rockets. They'll go quick screen and roll with Leon Francis. Pinnock was there for a second, changed his mind.
Absolutely, that whole thing was set up really close.
Ball's back in play quickly here. It's keeping the tempo of this game really, really quick. This is Richardson, hands off to Taylor. He'll pull another 20-odd footer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you another thing, Mark. He'll make those as well.
O'Shawn Williams gets inside.
To the bucket. He is such a handful now. That's a tough matchup for Tom Ward, who's much bigger than him. Ives on. Cam in the post now against Dixon. It's tough call, I think.
Tough call. Can sort of see why it goes that way.
Yeah. Very difficult, and I would say
O'Shawn Williams, I believe, with his first break of the evening.
Yep.
Latrell Maitland back in. The young man has 2 fouls, but did a really nice job in his early minutes. Crawford also back in for Worthing.
Yeah.
Here's Ward. Inside to Crawford. He'll go at Daru. Spins on him. Nice move by Crawford. Little righty up and under and makes it. And this is Maitland for Rockets, who will control. Looking for what Rockets will get with this unit on the floor. It's turned over to Hildreth. He'll go at Pinnock, who gets up. Nearly throws one down on Reese Pinnock, who is a elite chase down blocker.
Yeah, that's not a word, but you
tell me you didn't know what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant.
There you go. This is Leon Francis.
Dixon's ankle's gone, I think.
And it's Leon Francis inside. I think Dixon has been struggling with an ankle injury during pre-season. That is not good news for Rockets as he hobbles to the bench and we've got timeout.
Yeah, and he's had 2 good weeks as well.
Yeah, Rockets leading this one, 33-25.
Yeah, and differences in the game there, aren't there, Mark? You know, little guard-to-guard turnover passes, which gives Hildreth the run out and gets the blood racing of the Thunder. And then couple of little missed shots and some small little bits that happen in these games that can really bring the other team from 10 down, and they can feel a sniff in the game, and suddenly the confidence level goes through the roof, and they are defensively pressuring, hands are active, and suddenly Thunder look like a different team.
We've seen Dixon getting some treatment down there on his ankle.
Yep.
Again, just really browsing comments quite quickly. Yeah, could we post live stats? I'll see if we can get one of the media guys to post it in the YouTube chat for the second half. We're so far away from them, we're kind of up in the top of the bleachers basically, and they're all down on the floor, so I will do my best to do that for the second half. Plenty of comments for Cam Hildreth. Again, started a little bit out of sorts, but he's getting it going now, and yeah, an absolute elite talent. See, Owen Parker knows it. He said Reese's chase down block on our good friend Lewis Champion. Told you, he's an elite level chase down blocker. People know it. They know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Chase down block specialist, I think. Sounds better.
All right, fine. You had a bit more time to think about it.
Yeah, right.
This is Hildreth. They'll go in a horn set with Crawford. It's Ward on the wing looking to post Cam, and they will against O'Shawn Williams, and this will be an interesting one. Cam gets inside, little righty scoop, doesn't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Leon Francis blocks it, and there's a foul. It's a glancing blow on the head, I think they're saying, as I'm kind of reading the referee's reaction. Looked like a clean block up top, but Leomi basically catches him on the head.
Yeah, I mean, you see that, Mark. Cam misses the underhand. Misses the underhand one, and then comes right back, gets his own rebound, gets off the floor, goes over Tolawase and Leone Francis, and comes up with it. So credit to that young man.
Hildreth, as I said earlier, no more struggles at the line. Makes another pair here. We've got a 6-point ball game. just under 6 to go. This is Pinnock versus Richardson. We'll go to Francis, hand off back to Pinnock, who gets inside. Little switch of feet. Doesn't get his go. Leome Francis muscles this one up. A lot of noise from the bench down there. Academy guys for Rockets love that one. That is Leome Francis, bread and butter type stuff underneath the rim there. Big body, hard to handle. Leome at the line for one more and makes that one. Rockets extend the lead again to 9. Hildreth looking again at Horns. We'll go to Crawford.
Yeah. Interesting matchup now. Tolawase on the bigger Crawford, and
I'm not saying this is an indicator, but I think if I'm doing my maths right, this is a 8-2 foul count across the game so far.
Yeah, and I said to you at the beginning, like Worthing just hardly ever foul. You know, they tough shot by Cam, and it's interesting straight away. The IQ of Thunder is really good. Cam's being guarded by the smaller O'Shawn. Posts him up twice, gets positives out of it twice. See if Rockets change that.
This is Tolawase from the corner, gets bumped by Crawford, flips it up with the right hand, but a travel call. A shame on that one. Nice move by Tolawase. There's a lot of contact before the shot goes up, so I'm tending to side a bit with Sam on that one, and we see Latrell Maitland head back to the bench, still clutching at what it looks like. I don't know, it's either a knock on the hip or hip flexor somewhere in there, but he's struggling with it. Sam Grant back into the game, and this is Hildreth against Williams.
Yep.
Cam brings it into the front court. Richardson, they run off 2 high screens, gets nothing, goes pick and roll with Crawford. Crawford now diving, nice pick at the pocket by O'Shawn Williams, out to Pinnock. Tolawase on the run out. It's Ives defending, but Tolawase just puts it in.
This is where I think Rockets have got to be really careful now in these scenarios here.
Ives to Richardson, he pulls up for 3, in and out, can't get it to go.
Yeah,
Crawford keeps it alive. Nice work by the big man under for Worthing Thunder. This is Ives, he'll pull the trigger.
Another 3.
And he will make it. Dominic Ives with another 3, and that guy has barely hit the rim yet. O'Shawn Williams with the response. He front rims this one. It's Hildreth on the leak out. Crawford finds him, and he's back in the block against Williams. Goes baseline, gets his body around, flips it up, but can't get this one to go. And as I stated earlier, it's a real talent of Cam Hildreth to just take contact and still get shots up on the rim, and gives everyone a chance. Just as I catch my breath a little bit here, Matt, I thought before the free throws go up, transition defense, an issue last year. Think about it.
I think last year the transition defense issues were from poor shot selection and not understanding the right shot to take. I think you're finding, as Cam just makes the second one, I think you'll find, Mark, this year Worthing exposing really well. Just they've got so many guys that can run out and that are capable of handling the ball.
Pinnock forces inside. Cool. Those are the ones for me that as an opposing coach you hate. He drives into 3 guys, creates all the contact, and the refs give him a whistle. I'm not saying they're wrong. Just so we're aware of my objectivity, I'm not saying they're wrong.
No, absolutely, but it's one of those things when you're coaching, you're saying to your players, if you're going to go to the basket, go hard. Go to the rim. 2 shots coming for Pinnock. Last time out he struggled a bit. Let's see if he's made a correction. Certainly has.
Rattles that one home, Reece Pinnock. For everybody asking for live stats, if I can't get the link up, I will try my best to get a print out for halftime and get some numbers ready for when we return after the break.
Yeah, they are. The live stats are here. There's just a struggle in this building, I think. So we will get something.
Hildreth waves away.
So interesting now when great defence, and here's Pinnett on the break. Now that's what I was talking about, Mark. The enthusiasm of the Rockets getting a run out, 4 guys going, 2 guys for Worthing staying back. So just need a little bit more awareness on the backcourt there. But this is just a great game. This is just this is exactly what we want for the live stream as well.
Yep, stays close. 10-point ball game, 3:36 to go here in the second quarter. One thing I will say about the coverage on Cam Hildreth around ball screens, Rockets have been really crowding with a couple of guys.
Yep.
Really forcing him to make different moves as we kind of get some shots of the benches, and there's some smiles on the Rockets' faces.
Yeah, I'd say, Mark, as well, that helps with the agility of when Leon France is at the 5 and he's defending Crawford, and also when Tolawase is guarding bigger guys, because in ball screens they're really active and long. So they're able to, like as you saw there, Leon was just stay down in his stance. Cam almost dribbled through him or into him, and we end up with a runaway layup. So from defence comes offence. And I think that's something that Coach Keane will be pleased with. I think he'll be pleased at those moments. Yes, pleased for half-court offence, but even more when your team can put it on the floor in transition because you've defended well. It is, as we would say, it adds weight to the effort that you've just put in. Yeah,
great summary. It's why you're in the coaching spots, mate, and I'm not. I'm like, they're crowding him out. Yeah, You've given a bit more of a detailed explanation. We're sort of saying the same thing.
Yeah, no, we are. We are absolutely saying it. And you said it first.
Why use one word when you can use 100, eh?
Hey, I've lived by that motto. Ball in quickly.
And here we go again.
Refs obviously in a hurry.
Yeah, it's been a good tempo, to be fair. And this is Hildreth.
Interesting now, back to O'Shawn on Hildreth. Oh, looks like...
little duck in from Ives.
Yeah, and here we go again. Good hand from Francis. Great offensive rebound. Tolawase now needs to stay back in here. Again, Mark, just 2 stops, 2 scores.
Yeah, O'Shawn Williams on the follow that time.
Yeah,
late switch. Crawford gets a really easy catch. Curl by Hildreth, and he is hammered by Sam Tolawase inside.
Yeah.
The young man felt that one.
Yeah.
As we get a bit of a shot of Cam Hildreth at the line here. He's had to work. He's just looking through some of the guys who are all over the stats on the YouTube stream. He's been fouled 7 times, making that 8 now.
Yeah.
He's working hard for his points tonight, that's for sure. And I guess that's probably one of your advantages with a deeper team like Reading, is they can run multiple guys at him. They've got a lot of fouls to give. Should make for a generally harder evening for Cameron Hildreth.
Francis plucks the rebound out of the air over his fellow Northamptonshire buddy, Sam Grant.
It's Pinnock again, screen and roll with Francis. He gets inside, little drop off to Tolawase. He goes against Crawford, who says not today. And it's Zaire Taylor on the run out, looking for somebody to fill a lane.
They're looking for Crawford against Francis here.
Crawford goes to the spin, little right-handed hook off the glass, can't get it to go, and it's O'Shawn Williams out and running, and this guy is a lightning
Tolawase
fast.
Absolutely wiped out Crawford. Yeah.
As we get that shot of Tolawase, it is going the other way. Good spot there, Matt. I was looking at the ball, you were looking off the ball.
Absolutely.
That's good chemistry.
Yeah, no, that's veteran offense move from Tolawase. Picks up his 3rd foul. In comes Lewis Jankulu. Time out, Coach Keane.
So yeah, just picking up from a really, really engaging YouTube group tonight. So good to have people commenting. A few comments for O'Shawn Williams saying that he looks like a player for this league.
Yeah, I mean, from straight out of App State as well. And
first professional gig?
First pro contract for him, for a young man. And actually, Mark, a slight aside is he came in and spoke to the academy boys and gave a little talk about his life and some of the things that he went through with some real difficult times with friends and in difficult areas and gangs, and some of the things that you don't often see when when we're just watching a YouTube film or we're watching the games like this. And it was heartwarming for him to say how young players in England should be really pleased, and the academy setups and all that, and just making the most of every opportunity, because that isn't what he had as a young man, and what many imported players didn't have. He's had to work a lot by himself, and I think you can see all the credit of that goes into such a tough young man. And we talked about toughness last night on the Instagram. I think a lot of these players on both teams show toughness in abundance. So, well done to basketball for this one. 2 minutes to go.
Absolutely. 2:27 in the quarter. Rockets lead this one by 12, 44-32.
Jacob Tate coming in, number 6 for Rockets. Had really good minutes when he came in, young man. Pioneers originally, from London Pioneers. Comes in to guard Tom Ward. Okay.
Enjoy that first assignment,
yeah, absolutely,
young man.
absolutely. Chuck on Zaire. Again.
Straight down the lane, Zaire Taylor, no help coming from Rockets, and back in the front court already with O'Shawn Williams. Gets that little in and out dribble to freeze Crawford. Leon Francis looking for the post up. This is Pinnock, 12 on the shot clock. Francis all on his own. Should have some time down here. Gets his body inside.
He's got
and puts it up and in. Great positioning from Leon Francis.
I think he gave Max Richardson a bit of Max Richardson then.
Absolutely, a bit of footwork.
Yeah. Good.
O'Shawn
nearly plucked another one. He got another one. He's going to get another one, is he?
He's nearly out and running, but he gets his turnover. O'Shawn Williams, 3 deflections, turns it over.
3 deflections and a high five to your coach. That's a good possession.
That young man's going to stay in a bit longer.
Yep.
So here we go. Out of bounds. Rockets ball into Daru. Little cross screen with Pinnock.
Interesting to see what happens in, Mark, when Cam goes out. What's Thunder's answer? Straight away it was Zaire Taylor, and I can't believe he just shot that and that went in.
You can't see
me. They throw it away. Crawford throws it away.
Without Cam on the floor, a little bit disjointed.
We've just seen a Tim Duncan step back from Leon Francis.
You couldn't actually see my face, but I closed my eyes and turned away when he shot it, and it went in.
I'm glad you had the mask on.
Yeah, I had most of anything that could have interpreted what that shot was covered. Ears, mouth, eyes. I just closed all of them.
Yeah. Hey, if you shoot that, it has to go in.
It sure does. So this is Tate on the inbound. Daru to O'Shawn Williams. Goes screen and roll with Leon Francis. Turns the corner, will get inside. Finds Pinnock on the perimeter. He shot fakes.
Yeah.
One extra pass. Daru, this is off right.
Doesn't look good, that one. That made his first one. Misses the next 2.
So this is where, like you said, Worthing will struggle. No lead guard in the game, really. Fontaine, the nearest to a guard that you can see.
You're going to see now, we're going to see Zaire, and we're going to see, I think we're going to see Tom Ward.
First shot for Ward.
Yeah.
And that one hits nothing but the net, surprisingly.
Yeah.
That is Tom Ward, bread and butter.
That there is exactly what I think we're going to see more of in the back end of the season if we start watching the Rockets team develop. That was O'Shawn straight away. Oh, Leon. This is what Worthing do so well. Oh.
And it's Fontaine.
Yeah.
On the line.
But you see it when Zaire almost playing as the rebounding 4 here. Rebounds, takes up the floor, kicking it ahead. Very tough to play against.
You can imagine on the live stream, you've referenced Tim Duncan. Guess who's popped up for a comment?
Danny Carter.
Correct.
Of course he has.
And he's not pleased, as you can imagine. Anyway, back to the action. Reece Pinnock will lead this one for Rockets. 26 to go in the ball game, 18 on the shot clock.
So interesting, both teams end in the half without their sort of primary scorer. So O'Shawn comes out and Cam's taking a well-earned rest.
Here's the stagger for Tate. He's wide open, just fumbles the catch. It's 5 seconds on the
to go.
Clock.
Leon's going to shoot that one, isn't he?
It glances and they should save it. Same team.
5 seconds to go.
Couldn't save that one. Plenty of time here for Worthing.
These early moments in transition.
Zaire Taylor did not know the time left. Casually walked the ball up the floor and ran out of time. We have closed the half here. Rockets lead this one 48-36. It's been a really, really high energy game with a little scrappy in the first few minutes. Since then, it has been fifth gear from start to finish.
But remember, Mark, Rockets had 24 at the end of the first quarter, end up with 48, so their scoring's pretty even. And then you've got a Worthing Thunder side that at any time look as though they could just explode for 15 in about 2 minutes. So this is going to be one of those games that, you know, you can be up, down, you can be tied, and you're going to have to just hang on to your seat, because at any moment, Cam Hildreth, Zaire Taylor, any number of these. Dominic Ives has just smashed 2 threes as well to break the deadlock a little bit. So this is a very interesting game, and we're looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate everybody joining us. We'll take a quick kind of 10-12 minute break. We'll be back right before the second half begins. Appreciate everyone joining us. Loving all the engagement on YouTube as well, so keep that coming in the second half. We nearly got over 400 at one point, so if you can tell a friend and invite a friend and send a link or whatever we can do, I'll do my best in halftime to get some live stats link posted so you can see that. But we will see you all in about 12 minutes.
Yep. Good stuff.
Oi, oi, oi. Welcome back to the live stream of the home team Reading Rockets versus the visiting Worthing Thunder. Joined by my wonderful co-host, Matt Johnson, Director of Basketball here at John Madacey Academy.
Thank you, Mark.
I've given you two lovely introductions.
You said wonderful as well.
Did I? I'm a nice guy, so...
Feel a little bit emotional.
I imagine I would say that nice thing.
Yeah.
We've had a great first half of action here. If you're just joining us for the second half, you are in for a treat. Rockets are leading this one by 12, 48-36. And Matt, give us your brief summary of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of these games, Mark, where we've seen Division 1 men where literally these games can be turned in the matter of 2 minutes. 2 poor possessions one way, 2 wide open made threes by another team, and the game can actually flow completely in the other direction, and momentum is one of those things that Worthing have been masters at over the years. This is a long half for both teams now. Cam and the Worthing Thunder have worked really hard to stay in this and stay connected. Rockets have had the better of the first half, but this is by no means nowhere near a done deal. And these games very, very rarely are, Mark. So I'm really looking forward to the next 20 minutes.
Absolutely. It should be a really good one if we can get Cam Hildreth going again. He's certainly been one of the standouts, 12 points in the first half. Leading scorer for Rockets is O'Shawn Williams.
Yep.
He's got 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple of steals, and shooting 50% from the floor.
Yeah, and Mark, the only thing I'm interested in is Mick Bett has commented and said trademark step back. I think that must be in reference to either Cam's step back that he made over O'Shawn, but hopefully of Leon Francis's post step out 1-footer. So let's see. Good to see you, Coach Bett.
Yes, the picture of Leon's step back has been posted. It looks really good in a still picture.
That's how a step back always looks its best, right?
Yep. Absolutely. So we are looking at possession going with Reading Rockets here in the second half, as we can see from the wonderful table officials. That's really funny. I could hear your laptop then, or your
yeah, no.
And I wondered where I was going from.
That was a bit disconcerting.
Yeah. So here we go. Second half of action here in NBL Division 1. Rockets on the floor with Tolawese, O'Shawn Williams, Sam Grant, Reese Pinnock, Leon Francis. Worthing Thunder in a 2-1-2 zone with Tom Ward, Cam Hildreth, Zaire Taylor, Howard Crawford and Max Richardson. First time we've seen a zone look from Worthing. Looking to see if Rockets can fire this one up. It's O'Shawn Williams to the corner, keeps it alive, duck inside, catches a bit of the backboard, but Leon Francis gets it down, spin, turn, gets the friendly roll. He doesn't this time. Zaire Taylor clears her off and running with Worthing, and we'll see what they've got with their first possession. Zaire Taylor goes Richardson, who pulls up early, in and out from Richardson. O'Shawn Williams pulls it down, and the tempo has picked up. Pull up 3, and he makes it. O'Shawn Williams right where he was in the first half with a big 3 to start the second. Spinning his canvas. Crawford inside. Another right-handed sledgehammer from the big man.
And that's what we're talking about in the first half, Mark. Rockets make a wide open 3, and Cam is running down the shot, running right down the guts of the defence as well. So if they can make a slight bit of difference, it'll add certain weight. Williams gets another one.
Inside, Sam Grant hesitates, can't get it to go, and it's Ward with the rebound, and it's Hildreth on the push.
Was challenged at the rim there.
Hildreth against Pinnock.
Yeah, good defence, Reese.
This is
tough
Taylor.
match up here for Sam.
Taylor goes past Sam Grant, gets the bump.
Is that his third foul, Mark? Is that Sam's third
I
or
think
second
it probably
foul?
is. Just looking, it is Sam Grant's third foul, and it puts Zaire Taylor, former BBL Player of the Year, on the line for Worthing.
Makes the first one.
Gets the friendly roll on the second. 11-point ball game. Worthing staying with the zone. It's Sam Grant down low. He'll try and turn it. knocked away by Taylor. That's either a foul or has to stay with Reading. It's gone the other way.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff, Mark. I just think it's just poor. It doesn't belong here either. You get fouled, call the foul.
This is Hildreth posting up Pinnock from the mid-block. He gets a bit of separation, goes to the fade and makes it. Nice shot from Cam Hildreth. And again, it's staying with the zone working by the looks of things. No, they're not. They've just come out to a man. This is Tolawase on the left wing. He's
good rebound by Leon. Just turned it over though.
Hildreth on the run out against Pinnock. He will be fouled and it will be on Leon Francis. Just off the rim there from Hildreth, as you just heard Alan Keane saying he needs ball movement side to side. We're shooting off the first shot every time. Here we go again with Ocean Williams. He goes right to Pinnock. Pinnock finds Williams again in the corner. Pinnock trying to drive, it's out with Tolawase. Missed a rebound, and here's Sam Grant, fires one up, and he makes it nothing but net.
Thank you. Sorry about that, Mark.
No worries. We've just lost our Wi-Fi for our own live stats and YouTube comments, so I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Either way, we're still up and running here. 7 minutes left in the third. This is Taylor, pulls up, nothing doing for Zion.
What a rebound by Pinnock.
Pinnock skies for the rebound. Quick look inside to Leon Francis, gets to the middle of the paint, and that's easy money for Leon Francis. So it's Cam Hildreth runs full speed into a not small Leon Francis. He's still shaken up here, Cam Hildreth. He's just below us, leaning against the wall. He's had plenty of physicality from a strong Rockets front line. Holding his head. I don't think he was hitting the head, but looks a little bit rattled from it. As I say, apologies that I can't get to your YouTube comments at the minute. Keep them coming. Keep everybody on the live stream. Hope everyone is enjoying the coverage from the Reading Rockets stream team this evening. It's Cam Hildreth at the line. Friendly roll on the first for Hildreth. Misses the second, and Rockets out and running. Pinnock ahead to Williams. Finds Tolawase high post, down low to Diankulu. He'll find Pinnock in the corner. He will get a paint touch. Williams matched up with Crawford. Goes for the blow-by. Dumps it off to Pinnock. Great cut. Great lay into Diankulu. Lovely offense. Lawyer touches inside from the Rockets players. Great to see that. Coach Keane will be pleased with that one.
What a pass. What a pass.
Sort of behind the pack from Taylor, finds Richardson. Again, it's a very, very little contact. Am I allowed to say, I think there's some friendly calls going in now toward Cam Hildreth?
Well, you know, I think if you see that one again, you'll see that Reese has got his back to Cam. He's got his back to him. That's not a defensive position, so he can't move him at all. So I think you'll find that the letter of the law, and that's correct.
All right, mate, have a day off.
I'm just saying.
All right, it's Crawford inside. He muscles his way in, and he'll get that one to go against Diankulu as the two bigs go at it.
And that mark is exactly, I think, what Worthing missed last season.
Yeah, for sure. Pick and roll here. Tolowazy and Reese Pinnock. Sam Grant dribbles towards the baseline. He's crowded out. Can't do anything with that one, and he's come up hobbling, but it's Tolowazy on the follow, and it stays here as he fights off Zaire Taylor for that one.
Yeah, I mean, what terrific energy for Sam Tolowazy to come up with that. That play was dead.
Tolowazy playing like a first-year rook.
Yeah, absolutely, and has done for like 17 years now.
He still remains one of the most athletic guys around. I shudder to think what his actual age is.
I'm not going to tell you.
Good, that's better.
It'll make us all feel worse.
I'll feel better about myself if you don't tell me.
Yeah.
Diankulu down screen for O'Shawn Williams and goes pick and roll with the big man. O'Shawn will turn the corner and get Max Richardson. Little crossover, gets inside and finishes. Explosive from the guard out of App State.
Yeah, and
this is
that to me, Mark. That's the unacceptable part. That bit we make. Defense is so poor in those moments when offense can just turn around and make a play at the end like that.
Diankulu against Crawford.
What a finish! What a finish! We haven't seen much of that from Diankulu, and a little bit of confidence coming back.
Brilliant to see the composure. You could see he caught it, was patient, thought about it. Footwork inside, finished on the other side of the rim. Nice move from Lewis Diankulu, who will go to the line for the chance at a three-point play. Off on the free throw. And this is Taylor.
Is that early post up for the bigger Hildreth?
Going to go back to it.
Yeah, catches it further out now, so good defence there by Reese. Good defence, offensive foul.
There we go.
It's a really good call as well.
I think so too. I think if you're going to, that play there, you can see the intention from the minute the ball goes in play. So if you can't do that cleanly, everybody's going to look at you for the 10, 12 seconds of the possession. It's always going to get called. And Hildreth, I don't want to say he's struggling because that's the wrong word. The guy is super talented and still playing really well.
Possession before that, he goes one dribble past Reese and O'Shea just takes a layup. So, I understand. I think what the coaches are doing from Worthing is absolutely right thing as well. When Cam gets down the floor early, he's using his size, his physicality as a bigger guard, bigger skilled guard, and you can see it right there. And that's against one of the better defenders in Division 1, Reese Pinnock. So that's in many games that's a really good strategy for them to have. And Cam does a lot of things without the ball as well now, and he's really developed and matured his game. And great to see. And he'll be off across the pond soon, and we'll be able to watch him going into what's scary mark is he's going to get a lot better.
Yeah, I mean the story's wonderful, right? One of the few or only products straight from the UK to a Power 5 conference school. And really thoroughly deserved. We've got a lot of love for Cam Hildreth on our live streams. Just does so many things well. And I think if you caught any of the press around it, the interviews with Sam at Hoopfix and some of that stuff, just comes across as a really humble guy as well.
Yeah, Mark, I'd say as well, your hashtag needs to go further because you hashtagged make the game win.
For sure.
And
that is the hashtag, make the game win. Whatever happens during this crazy time, basketball has to win. The game has to win.
Absolutely. And, I think when you see great talent like that and you see two teams, competitive teams playing, the game is winning, right? So
yeah, absolutely. We're winning tonight for sure.
We're listening to you.
We're in a great matchup. It's 62-47. Reading lead the Worthing Thunder as Pinnock pulls up. This one's off left as Crawford just skies and snags a rebound. 4:37 to go in this third quarter. They go inside to Richardson against Pinnock. He'll just back him down with a couple of dribbles. Righty hook.
Yeah, but again, what good defense by Pinnock.
Diankulu inside.
Yeah, with the lefty.
Nice hands from the big man.
Lots of contact there. Here we go again. Got Cam in the block. Good defense by Sean. That's probably, I just think every time Taylor touches it, he's going to go in.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with you for thinking that. This is Chuck Daru in the game. He'll go at Richardson, just puts his body on him and lays it in.
Big, strong move.
Daru looking like a freight train down the lane. Nobody getting in the way of that one.
I actually saw a freight train today as I was out on my walk. Another turnover. Here come the Rockets running again.
Pinnock, lot of contact. Again, that's the one I think. Like if you look at that one,
absolutely,
that looks like that comes off Pinnock, right?
I'm looking forward to seeing you referee, Mark, in the future here.
I think I'm gonna get a look at that as we see Reece Pinnock, who was just on the drive. I'm sure I do just fine at refereeing calls.
Okay, interesting subs now. So Crawford and Taylor come out at the same time. And
do you think that one's going in every time and it's on the break with...
Oh, he's got a piece of it. He got a piece of it, Mark.
Chase down block specialist, Reece Pinnock. Williams, plenty of time this one.
And
Diankulu, great rebound. Needs to do something with it. Blocked by Richardson, but
hands as well. More hands.
Tempo slows for a minute. We hear stack from Coach Keane, and it's Pinnock blows by Fontaine, and they just flip it up on the rim.
And Pinnock really trying to get himself going. I like that. I like the bravery, defending really well until that's a block. Even in Mark Halewood's refereeing terminology, that one is a foul.
Like I've ever struggled to admit fouls, mate. That's not me. I am back onto comments now, so thank you for keeping them coming. We are above the 400 mark, so if you did share and bring a friend, that's very welcomed.
Does anyone bring a friend to YouTube?
Yeah, bring a friend night.
Bring
YouTube.
A friend?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Just sort of send them the link.
You're not bringing anyone. That's sending a link. That's completely different. And you shouldn't be inviting people to bring other people. We're in a lockdown. So just be careful what you say.
There is no risk of bringing them to the live stream, just so you know. Hildreth at the line again.
Missed the first one, makes the second one.
And here we go. This is Williams for Rockets.
Interesting group this now without Taylor.
Pinnock with plenty of time.
Yeah, he's
off left. That was right from in front of where we were. Williams gets inside. This one he front rim.
What a rebound.
What a play by Williams as he gets his own miss and tips it back in.
Yeah, Tom Ward's been pretty quiet tonight. Ish comes in and bangs that three again.
Fontaine with a huge three, and they just don't really go away. It always feels a little bit closer. Diankulu, little lofted pass from Pinnock. Lovely find. And this one is stretched just a little bit as Rockets lead this one by 19 now. 2:21 to play as we see Lewis Diankulu, who's had a good kind of 3-4 minute stretch here. Seen a few variety of things, rebounding, finishes with both hands, and now a catch and finish underneath.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if we picked it up as well, but Chuck and Cam had a little coming together. Then Chuck, as a senior guy, went over and just offered his hand, and Cam accepted it. Some of that stuff gets missed in sports, Mark. We need to make sure we pick that up. Good to see.
And this is Diankulu who makes it.
It was in.
He scored.
It was basket good.
Well, I saw it. Do they need any help?
I was waiting. I was absolutely waiting for you.
I can verify.
Yeah.
Here we go then. This is going to get interesting. It's a 20-point ball game, 2:20 to play in this quarter. Worthing will have to push the tempo, will have to shoot a bit more, and it could get really, really fun to watch. Richardson on the drive. He'll spin into a double. It's Ives. The cutting Ward pulls up.
I'm going to tell you, I could have told you he was going to make that as he was catching it. He shoots that as well as anyone in this league. A little stop and pop, 10 to 15 feet.
Yep.
Jacob Tate snuck into the game.
Tate in. Thunder back in a zone here, and it's Tate against Hildreth. He'll be pressured, and that will be a turnover.
He does, turns it over. He'll be disappointed with that.
Bit of recognition from the vets on the floor as well. I think leave him a little isolated probably could have helped out just a smidge, but he'll be disappointed.
How charitable of you there, Mark. Very charitable of you. You've obviously been in that situation yourself before.
Many times. And this is Tolowazy on the run out. There's numbers. He finds Pinnock, goes inside, and it's blocked by Richardson. And it's ahead. Fontaine, Hildreth, two-handed dunk, and that's a great transition from the Thunder. And it's nearly turned over by Daru there.
Yeah, this is...
Back with Pinnock. He'll look inside to Diankulu, looks in away, finds Tate. Corner with Tolowazy.
That's 3 turnovers in a row, and the problem for that is not the turnover, it's that.
Yeah. It's Hildreth on the drive, doesn't get the finish, but it's Max Richardson on the follow.
There'll be a timeout coming. I think we're going to see O'Showen will come back in. I should imagine Francis will come back in soon too.
We're under a minute to go here. Wonder if Coach Keane rides this one out with
absolutely.
With his 14-point lead. 20 cut to 14 in the last
he won't do.
few possessions. He will get O'Showen Williams back in the game. Tate comes out, being asked to wait for the player to exit the floor.
Quite right too, which is the rule, Mark, for the... in case you didn't know.
I'm a stickler for the details.
Absolutely.
Back in the zone here, Worthing. It's upset the rhythm of the Rockets so
7
far.
seconds on the shot clock.
O'Showen gets inside, he'll go at Richardson.
What a
flips
move.
it up. What a move from O'Showen Williams. Takes the contact, finishes on his right hand. Hildreth with the pull-up the other way. And he makes it.
Bingo.
And here we go. Could get to be an old-fashioned shootout at some point here.
And this game's 13, Mark. They closed the gap by 7 in the last minute and a half.
So it's shot clock just about a second ahead of the game clock. Williams fumbles the catch, finds Pinnock. He will get inside easily. Flips it up, doesn't get it. Diankulu on the rebound. He can't pull it.
Wow.
There's time here. Hildreth puts it up.
Oh!
And it's just off the back of the rim as a frantic end to the third quarter sees Alan Keane change his lineup a little bit, gives up a 20-point lead to 13. Rockets lead this one 73-60. Matt, catch your breath for a second and tell us what's happened at a quarter of 2 halves.
As we said, you know, we were talking just before the beginning of this quarter. These games are high-level, 2 high-octane teams that can score in a minute as well. And that's literally as we just saw with where Tom makes a little mini jump shot, then Cam makes a 3, we get a run-out layup. Rockets turn it over twice, and this game just suddenly jumps to life again. So these games are what we've said all along. This is our 13-point game. These are fantastic teams as well they're finding their way. Ishmael Fontaine came in, gave them a little jump with that 3 when they could easily be down maybe 25-27. And instead, it's a 13-point game. And whenever you've got this Worthing Thunder team I'd say within 15, this game is always going to be close.
Yeah, you've got to think with the weapons that Worthing Thunder have in Hildreth, Taylor, Crawford, Ward, Fontaine making 3s. Like, there's plenty of guys here.
Yeah.
Richardson, another one. Like you said, it's not going to take much to halve this lead, and then all of a sudden we're in a real game going into the 4th quarter. Again, really pleased, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. Hope you're enjoying some Saturday night NBL Div 1 action. It's me and the stream team in the house. You can pretty much see all of us. There's one man who stays unnamed. He's so mysterious that you will never know him.
the stick of the stream.
Yeah, the mad scientist, as I like to call him. He's the guy that makes all this work.
Yeah,
so
he's a scientist, but he's not mad.
No, he's just an absolute genius.
Just mad to work with you and me.
Yeah, that true story. As I say, thank you for joining us. We're getting our seatbelts on for what should be an absolute belter of a 4th quarter. Rockets lead this one 73-60. It's Worthing with the first possession, and it's Cam Hildreth who will cross half court.
Yep.
He's going to look at a quick go at Reece Pinnock, finds his separation with the offhand, doesn't get that one to go, and it's O'Showen Williams, the little lightning bolt out of App State, flying down the floor.
Absolutely. And he gave it back to Reece, and he's going to make that one. Is he? Not quite. Cam on a leak out again. 3-on-2.
Fontaine, who's made his last one, will pull that one. This one just in and out for Ishmael Fontaine. Diankulu had a lane. finds Tolowazy instead, lays it on a lot of contact, and it doesn't go. That one will be on Ishmael Fontaine.
You know, when you describe basketball to people that haven't seen it, so there's a lot of scoring, and it goes end to end.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, that first 33 seconds gives you exactly that. You really do have to catch your breath, as here's Tolowazy for the first of two.
Sam Tolowazy makes his first.
Yeah.
And will make his second. Rockets lead this one by 15.
Yep. Pinnock chosen to defend Cam to start.
Blow by from Hildreth, gets a bit of room, and he will put that up and in. Soft touch with the right hand. Cam Hildreth gets himself on the board. Easy route one stuff.
Yeah, and I think Coach Keane's going to be frustrated if Cam can beat one guy and then literally get himself to the bucket.
Diankulu, another good rebound. He just can't put that one in, the big man.
Yeah.
With the left hand, and it's Hildreth again. Looks like he wants to take over. He'll go step back this time, Hildreth. And he makes it, and Cam Hildreth has come out firing on all cylinders in this fourth quarter. And you may well have called it, mate. The lead is being eaten away at Hildreth. Willing his team back in this game. It's Pinnock. Rockets need a bucket. O'Shawn Williams might be that guy. He's not, but Tolowazy on the board. He'll go to his left hand, blocked by Richardson, and it's Hildreth again. Let's see what he does this time. Goes behind the back between Tolowazy. Finds Tom Ward for the three. He's short, but it's Fontaine on the rebound.
Yeah, and this game's breaking up, so Rockets need to get this back.
Hildreth with 7 on the shot clock, guarded by Sam Tolowazy. Goes step back off the pivot, way long on that one.
I'm going to say as well, that is terrific defense by Tolowazy.
O'Shawn Williams, Diankulu can't finish. Pinnock with the rebound.
I think we're going to see Francis come back in soon.
Pinnock misses. It's O'Shawn Williams underneath, gets the ball saved. And it's a very heady play from the first-year man in NBL Div 1. Gets the save. I've got to say, Matt, this pace, this kind of frantic back and forth, it has to suit Worthing. That has to suit Worthing.
I think they're probably one of the best teams in open floor that we've got, Mark, in the division. They're just so dangerous. Cam could score from so many different places, but then you've got other guys that can spot up, whereas you went Ish is making that shot as well. They missed Sam Grant wide open there. See if we can get a better one. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Williams inside, he's crowded out by Crawford. Fontaine picks it up, this is Ward, and the pace keeps going. Ward goes to the pull-up.
Mid-range.
Usually Tom Ward's thing, but not this time. And Fontaine will go inside to Crawford against Chuck Daru. Running right-hander from the big man is a very, very nice move. And that will be timeout Alan Keane. 10-point ball game, 7:21 to go. I can barely catch my breath. I should probably sit down like you, but I'm stood up.
You're very excitable, aren't you?
I am, yeah, very much so.
And, you know, you see from the team that this is one of the things that happens, isn't it, where Luttrell starts the game and gets a bit of a knock. He sits out. Dixon comes in. He's played incredibly well in the last 2 weeks. He gets a nudge on his ankle. He goes out. The game changes direction. Players coming in, coming out. Reese has come in and out. So this is now where this is a great timeout from Coach Keane. 7 minutes to go, long time to go in this ball game. Rockets struggling to score a little bit, just missed a couple of easy ones at the rim, so confidence will be a bit low. And now on the other side, Thunder's confidence is right up. Tails are in the air. Cam's made a big one. You know, he's knocked down a 20-foot three. So now this is going to be really interesting time. The next 4 or 5 minutes here are going to be really telling. We could be in a 1-2 point end game, or Rockets could come back, have another run, and make this a bigger gap. So it's going to be interesting.
Do you think Coach Keane will draw something up against this zone? It's really the zone that's kind of upset the rhythm a little bit and turn this into an 8-point game. It's a very good matchup stretching kind of 2-3, 2-on-2 sort of zone, and it's really caused Rockets some problems. Does he draw something up?
I don't know. I think he's just changed personnel. Like Leo Francis come back in now, who's been scoring really well under the bucket. He's just a switch there for Lewis. And now this is with Sam Grant at the 3 against the zone as well, and they just missed him wide open for a shot in the corner.
Here we go. There's the little double, then it's Francis who slips it and just goes to the right hand. That is drawn up, and that is a good play.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a great sub as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
this is Fontaine, dumps it off to Crawford. Richardson with the 3. He can't get that one to go, and it's Leon Francis with a big rebound, and he will lead the break himself. Hands off to Sam Grant. And it's O'Shawn Williams wide open this time. They just don't find him. Bit of controlling the tempo here. And again, this match-up zone for Worthing stays in place, and it's
7 seconds, 5, 4, 3. That's a deep one.
25-footer off the back rim, and it's Pinnock who keeps it alive, nearly. Fontaine, Ward off the dribble. He'll try and get inside against Daru, nothing doing. Crawford.
Sam Grant picking up now on Cam. That's a tough matchup.
And it's Chuck Daru.
3, 2, 1. Oof. Oof.
Little slip. Hope he's all right.
Good to see. Good defense there by the Rockets.
Nearly brought the house down with that layup. It's Crawford against Francis. He'll go to the right-hand spin, and there's a lot of contact. Good call there underneath by the official. And it'll be Howard Crawford to the line for 2.
Interesting now what foul number this is for Francis. That is his 4th. So Coach Keane is going to stay with him. He's got Diankulu to come back in. He's got Tolawezi to come back in.
Yeah, a couple of the academy bigs as well. I think we're unlikely to see at this point while it stays close, but they've both contributed positive minutes in the early season. Yeah,
absolutely, and they're getting their time as well. So this will come. They're doing really well. That one didn't look at all good, but comes back,
gets his own rebound, and it's the man of the moment, Cam Hildreth against Reece Pinnock. High screen and roll with Crawford. Waits for the roll man. O'Shawn Williams takes him up. Tom Ward wide open. Can't get
just got caught. Just Sam Grant got caught in a screen there. Couldn't get out to him.
It's Sam Grant, O'Shawn Williams staying with the zone. Pinnock comes high, tucked to high post. Too much of a distance, and this is Hildreth. Goes behind the back against Pinnock. On the spin, goes up and under. What a move!
What a move! Yeah,
Cameron
absolutely.
Hildreth.
Well, we're under 10 for the first time in a long time, which is going to bring Tolawezi into the game, I think.
Williams finds Grant. He was always going to fire that one up.
Yeah.
Hildreth again out on the break. He'll go inside. Pinnock fouls him, and it's another call from the officials. Cam hits the floor, and again it's another solid, a firm foul from the Rockets guys. Hildreth a little bit sluggish to get up. He's been battered and bruised this evening, and he's still fighting through it. Toughness?
Absolutely. I mean, there's an hour of this on Instagram if people want to listen to it, isn't there? And that's the physical toughness, isn't it? That's absolutely, you're playing every minute nearly. And when the game's close, you find another gear.
As I can't find my live stats, I've got plenty of people. The guys at Rebound are sending some good stats through. Cam at 30 and 10 right now. O'Shawn's on a double-double, and I think he's 5 assists away from a triple-double, so he's having a good old night as well. Feel free to keep sending those through. Crawford, who's been very effective, finds Hildreth.
Pinnock just left Cam.
In and out this
time.
That's
another rebound by O'Shawn.
I would think there's sometimes a call on that one, but it's Daru, Tolawezi. Coach Keane going with a lot of senior guys now, with Daru on the floor. Francis, baseline jumper. He likes that one.
He likes that one.
Home. Rattles it in.
Back to 11. Stops. Rockets getting stops is going to be the key here, Mark, because Worthing can score.
Good
pretty
D by
much any time.
Toloazy, who stays with
It's a great catch.
Taylor. 6 on the shot clock. O'Shawn Williams goes for the up.
What a step back.
Really good defensive play by O'Shawn Williams.
Yeah.
Cam Hilder still gets it off, but the young man from App State can certainly defend as well.
Yeah, and I think in those situations you kind of start seeing the best of people, don't you? When the challenge is high, then the athlete steps up. I think that's a tough possession, and Cam Hildreth is making some incredible moves as well. Very difficult to defend, and credit to him being switched onto by an elite defender and still managing to get what looks like a pretty high percentage shot off. So as I said, you know, we're under 4 minutes, and this game is now in the balance. We're at 11-point spread.
Yeah, credit to Coach Keane really for that one, Matt. He stuck with his veteran guys, didn't do anything too drastic against the zone, clearly looked for some patience, and he's got his team back to 11 from 8 or 9, was it, at one point. So, yeah, credit to Coach Keane for sticking with it with his guys.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to be said for there's a time for each player, isn't there, as well? And some of the guys now are coaches looking for those senior guys to see how they respond in close games, and when the pressure comes on, can you notice that on the floor? Can you do something different as an athlete? Because this is such a high tempo game with so many mistakes in it and so many incredible plays that it's tough sometimes to find your own rhythm and to get out of the game a little bit. So that's what we want to see now from perhaps Reese Pinnock and O'Shawn and Sam T. Want to see those guys finishing with good plays.
Yeah, there's plenty of possessions left in this one, but Rockets will certainly, I think, start to look to manage this. Worthing will need to push the tempo because of possessions left in the ball game. As Matt said, 3:59 to go in this fourth quarter. Rockets lead 81-70.
Yeah.
And now they've gone out of the zone and back to a man by the looks of things for this last 4 minutes. Clearly need to push the tempo a little bit. Yeah,
and I think we had Reese Scott had that matchup then against Crawford. That's the matchup, Leon.
That's
a good pass. That's a great pass. That's a great pass. Mark, that might be the best offense of the night.
Very, very good patience from the Rockets.
Really good reactions as well.
Richardson, Crawford mishandles it, and these couple of possessions could be very, very important now.
Yeah, you go back, Mark, and this is what I was talking to you about the Rockets' offense there. It goes into Leon, he's composed, throws it back out, 2 extra passes, and Chuck knocks it down.
O'Shawn goes to the right hand, doesn't get this one to go. You sort of expect it, like it's automatic. He just blows the layup on this one, but he's been very, very strong all night. Good play call as well, that one. What do you think here, Mark? Let's see what we got, see what we're... I think they're going to have to shoot earlier in shot clock. There's going to be not many possessions left in this if they don't shoot a bit earlier in the shot clock. Richardson is pretty competent for the 3. Tom Ward looks for it. Crawford finds Taylor's got to make that one, isn't he? Yep. And that's straight away 3 from Taylor. Brings it back to an 11-point ball game. 2:39 to play. Rockets should be able to keep killing this one off with good clock management. Going to get under 10 here on the shot clock. Gone opposite. Williams against Hildreth. Goes a little hesitation. Down to 6 seconds. Now goes screen and roll with Leon Francis. He'll go to, I think, his own step back. He's got the rim. Max Richardson, good box out. Oh, what a play by Reese. What a play. Pinnock. And that one huge, Mark. Absolutely huge. It looks like this has, that last play by Pinnock really killed the spirits of Worthing. As O'Shawn goes inside, the foul is on the floor. And as I said to you before, Mark, Worthing rarely foul with 2 minutes to go in the game, and they've only had 1 team foul. That's just their 2nd team foul. Good positional defense from this group. Rockets scoring slowed down a little bit in this second half. Referee Tim Brown and Kieran on the table, just making sure they've got everything right. This is Francis, finds Williams, they'll go screen and roll right at the top of the key. Liam on the elbow, blocked by Crawford, who stays with it, and it's touched by Crawford last, and that will stay with Rockets.
Yep, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Lob to Liam. Comes off, gives good spacing now.
Williams again.
He's going against Crawford, that's a foul.
Shot clock at 5. Little in and out, finds Chuck underneath.
Yeah.
Beautiful play.
That's a great wheel under the bucket by Chuck there, Mark.
Yep.
This is gonna go up. Liam with the switch. This is a 5-to-1 switch, and that's Tolawase on the coverage.
I don't know if you caught it. Leo nodding at Cam. Come on, let's do this. Let's go for it.
He then tapped him on the shot and on the shirt as well. So well done, young man. And
Williams fumbles it around. It ends up with Crawford, who can't put the right-handed hook in. It's all over the place.
Yeah, great to see though, Mark, isn't it?
Stays with Worthing as Francis hits the deck. Lands on top of the ball. It's 1:12 to go. Rockets lead this one by 13. Should see this out, barring a minor miracle.
Yeah, against probably one of the better shooting teams in the league. I think Rockets have been really fortunate that Worthing have missed a bunch here.
And it's Tolawase fouling Taylor.
That out of bounds play that Zaire runs with Crawford, they've been doing they run that really well most of this game as well, where it's just a small to big screen and then they're trying to get the switch. Tolawase's handled it most of the time, but Taylor is a wily customer.
Taylor makes the first and will cut it to 12.
Let's see if we see some sort of pressure or some sort of Worthing going to need to think about fouling here. There's not enough clock to go for them. So let's see how they manage this part of the end game.
Bit of pressure up the floor. It's Ward on Williams, who shouldn't have too much trouble advancing the ball here.
And he hasn't, and I'm not entirely sure.
Flip it up, it's no good. Fouls on Crawford, that'll be a block underneath the rim.
Yeah, and
shooting 2, great to kill some clock there from the Rockets guys.
I'm slightly bemused why Worthing didn't try and foul early on in that possession, but maybe they thought they had a little bit more time left than they did, being down 11 with only 2 possessions left in the game.
Pinnock misses the first. Rockets lead is 11.
And he's banked the second one in.
There's been some really unusual free throw shooting tonight.
Yeah.
Hildreth down the floor. Gets some contact. Little move inside. No fouls being shouted by Coach Keane. Foul there by Hildreth. 10-point ball game, 23 seconds to go. I don't think if O'Shewan makes these that the fouling will continue. I think this would probably put an end to that.
Mark, I'd like to...
Probably good too. Rockets will run out. Eventual winners, 87-77 over the Worthing Thunder. Pushed hard towards the end, but some standout performances from O'Shewan Williams, and on the losing side, Cameron Hildreth, who had to battle for every point this evening. Led to what was a pretty good matchup tonight.
Yeah, really enjoyable game, Mark, as well. Really, I think we probably saw the best of Rockets early in that second half, and some real shining moments, some good performances as well, and a bit of rust on both teams. I think we've certainly seen the range of what Cam Hildreth is going to be taking across the pond in not too many months now. And we've seen a Worthing Thunder team that in any game against any opposition could be very, very dangerous. They're only going to get better. I think they're going to see Crawford's going to get better. I think Taylor's going to probably give more in other games than he was able to do today. And I think Reading did a pretty decent job on Max Richardson as well, who's averaged, nigh on 20 in 3 of the last games he's played in. So some quality players on both sides of the floor, and really enjoyable to call this game.
Yeah, superb exhibition for NBL Men's Division 1 action. Saw some really talented guys this evening. Thank you everybody who has been really active on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for joining us. Over 400 people watching Saturday evening is so good. If you did enjoy a Rocket stream, we generally do these for most home games, current times permitting, so join us. We think we've got a good product. We hope you really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So come back and visit us, or find at Rockets Reading on any of the kind of social channels. It's either at Reading Rockets or at Rockets Reading, depending on which social channel you're on. The guys in the media team are doing a fab job on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
Matt and I have a general chinwag on a Friday night about sports and more, if anybody wants to join us for that. But overall, as the Rockets guys give everyone a hand who are in the building, there's at least 4 of us.
Yeah, exactly.
That leaves us to sign off.
Yeah.
Genuinely from deep inside. Genuinely, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Remember, hashtag make the game win. That's what we've got to do during this time.
Absolutely, Mark. Make the game win. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.